you're at Yankee Stadium, you punch out 3 guys. I know it's great, but like there's an energy management to that. Like we need you to go 6. We need you to go 5 or 6 innings. So I think tonight will, definitely be a little different for him. And I do think the Guardians are a good team too. I do think the Guardians are different than the Royals.
And I'm in love with the good life. Can't give it up. Make it to the top. Keep climbing. I wanna live it up. The good life. I'm coming up. I'm coming up. The good life. Good life. Oh, good life. Good life. Good life.
Boom! Coming in hot, Chichi. How you doing, man? I know you're grinding a little bit right now.
Dude, I'm playing hurt. I don't know if I got the vid. I don't know if I got SARS. I don't know what it is. But I'll tell you something. Morning motivation for me. Your boy Ed Milet reposted your interview with him, which is like one of the most intense, awesome things I've ever seen. So I watched that before the show this morning. I'm ready to roll.
Let's go, dude. I saw that. Everyone's been texting me like, dude, we love you on Milet. We heard you on Milet. And I'm like, really? And so I guess he reposted it, which is really cool. So go check it out. If you've never checked out my interview with Ed Milet on his podcast, it's really, really good. It's, even I watch it, I go, that's good. And I'm like, oh, that's my story. that's my story, Cheech, and I'm sticking to it. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. I just checked it out. Like I said, I had a couple people say, hey, we heard you on Milet. And I was thinking, I just, he must have reposted it. So pretty cool. Yeah. Thanks for listening again, Chinch.
Of course, dude. I had to do something, man. I'm dying over here. Hey,
I don't want to talk about. Let me just hit these lights on real quick.
Okay.
Now I'm back.
No, there you go. Oh, look at that. You look so much better. Such a handsome guy. It's good to have lights on him. Hey, I got to be one to raise my hand because I did not think the Dodgers were going to beat the Padres. I thought their pitching was not great. Whoopsie-doo, man. They came out and put a whooping on the Mets last night, and their starting pitching is breaking records at this point.
Dude, I'll tell you what. When I look at that Dodger team, I'm a little nervous for the Mets because I felt like the Padres series was a wake-up call for that team. When they went down 2-1 and all that stuff happened with Profar and, the Machado throwing the ball in the dugout and Dave Roberts said he felt disrespected, and they had that team meeting before Game 4, basically saying, let's go, fellas. And they came out, Chinch, and they boat raced Dylan Cease out the gates. Boom, boom, boom. And then their bullpen all of a sudden went straight lockdown. You couldn't that 20-some straight scoreless innings from that bullpen. And that's how you win postseason baseball, dude. You get big hits early, and you come up with the big hits when you need to, and your bullpen locks people down. And then when I looked at that game last night, they didn't need the bullpen. Jack Flaherty came out and absolutely dominated, but they struck early. I mean, they struck Senga early in that first. Muncy with the big 2-run single. Ohtani with the single to right. Then Ohtani hit a ball that almost knocked the wall down in right center off the top of the wall. Laser, and so loud. How loud is it when he hits it?
Oh, it is. Jess was at the game, obviously, and she said, first of all, that crowd is ready. They are October ready. Listen to this stat. This is the craziest stat. Yeah. Shohei Ohtani this postseason is 0 for 15 with the bases empty, and he's 6 for 8 with runners on base. How do you explain that, dude?
He's clutch, dude. Just get him on base, and Shohei will knock you in.
Yeah, and hey, I got to give the Mets credit. They threw him out. He tried to steal a base, and they threw him out. That's the first time in, 6 months that Shohei Ohtani's been going out stealing a base. But last question on these two teams, and tell me I'm crazy. Isn't it easier to bounce back from just a flat loss like that than it is to lose a 3-2 game? Am I right, or is that stupid?
No, I agree. There's definitely something about there's less energy when you're down 6-0 in the fifth. You're like, all right, this isn't going well, and that you're not really getting stuff going. You're like, all right, it's game 1. You don't ever want to feel that way, but if you lose 9-0, the great thing about baseball is there's always tomorrow. You know what I mean? You just all right, here, turn the page. You got to have that. What do they say? Gold. You got to be like a goldfish. Have no long-term memory. Just short memory. Bam. You get ready for tomorrow. That's the great thing about baseball. Some days you get waxed. Some days they're close, and whatever it is, it's a game. So Mets can come back today and put a whipping on the Dodgers. Who knows? But I must admit, Chinch, the Dodgers look good. They look like a powerhouse. And the big dude, Freddie Freeman too. Let's give some props to Freddie Freeman, dude. This guy is playing on a freaking basically a broken ankle. He's just kind of gutting it out, and he had to score from second yesterday. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Second, could barely made it.
I want to see a race right now between Freddie Freeman and Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah.
They're both so banged up. Speaking of Stanton, Cleveland and the Yankees. Here's the news today in the New York media. A-Rod and Jeter in the postgame last night brought up the fact that Carlos Rodon, who's pitching against Alex Cobb, remember the first couple innings of the game the other night, and he was just lights out, and he's like tongue wagging and going crazy?
Yeah.
They kind of called him out on that, and they were like, hey, bro, just kind of play it straight and try to win this game tonight. So that's like the New York media take on tonight's game one. What's your take?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think Carlos Rodon, I probably learned a little bit too, like just as far as energy management, dude. Energy management, like you're at Yankee Stadium, you punch out 3 guys. I know it's great, but like there's an energy management to that. Like we need you to go 6. Need you to go 5 or 6 innings. So I think tonight will, definitely be a little different for him. And I do think the Guardians are a good team too. I do think the Guardians are different than the Royals. The Royals, to me, it was kind of Bobby Witt or bust. Pasquantino was just coming back from that, from being hurt. It just seemed like that lineup couldn't do anything. I really believe there's a little star power in the Guardians lineup. You got Jose Ramirez, who's one of the best players in baseball. Lane Thomas is swinging a hot bat right now. Quan at the top of that lineup. Josh Naylor can get you at any point. David Fry's got a good. So there's some guys in that lineup. You're like, okay, that's more formidable, I think, than what the Yankees just went through with the Royals. So I think they're going to have their have it cut out for them today. But I think the biggest thing is, I look at the Yankees kind of like the Dodgers. I think the Yankees getting through that first round was such a huge hurdle. And it felt like it was tough to do. I feel like they're about to roll now too. So it's gonna be interesting to see what game 1 looks like.
Yeah, and you have said this on our show so many times, and it's so funny that Aaron Boone texts you every time somebody calls Jose Ramirez underrated. He did it again. This is quote. He says, if I hear him being called underrated again, quote, I want to rip my arms off and throw it at the TV. He's a funny dude, man. Your boy is funny.
Dude, he's so funny. It's so true, dude. I remember when he has called me and Adnan we only had Adnan Verk on recently, and Adnan the one day on air said something like how underrated Jose Ramirez was. And he wrote this whole paragraph to Adnan. It was like, if I got to hear he's not underrated, he's one of the best players in the game, and we've known it for 7 years, which is true. The guy's in the MVP talks every year. How could you be underrated if you're in the MVP talks every single season? He almost went 40-40-40, Chinch.
I know. He might be the most consistent superstar of the last decade.
Exactly.
Like, for real. His numbers are out of control. Like, that's a scary guy, man. It's a scary team, Cleveland.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this. Dude, did you see? I didn't know that Clase comes out to Wild Thing like Rick Vaughn did in
does he?
And that crowd singing it, it's literally like watching the movie.
Dude, I didn't know that either, dude.
They got mojo.
I didn't know that either. That's so cool.
Yeah. So who's winning this series? You got to tell me.
I mean, can you imagine? I mean, I feel like it's going to be Dodgers Yankees for all the marbles. Can you imagine how MLB and Fox, how much money they're going to make if it's Dodgers?
Are you kidding me? I've been working in baseball in some capacity from ESPN till now for 25 years, and every single year, people have said, "Can you imagine what the ratings would be if it'd be Dodgers Yankees? Can you imagine what the ratings would be if it'd be Dodgers Yankees?" And we might see it this year.
Might see it. We actually might see it. This might be the year we actually might see it. So
that's crazy. And by the way, and add to the fact that it's the 2 greatest players in the world who are both the biggest players in the world, literally tall and famous. Ohtani, Dodgers, Yankees.
Incredible.
That would be the most ideal postseason World Series matchup in his. That will get like Super Bowl type numbers if
there's no doubt. There's no doubt about it.
Case, what's that lid you got on right there?
Dude, you kidding me? It's my favorite hat. You know me, Chinch. I'm a hat snob, dude. I really am. This is my new Melon hat. I've had it for a few months now, dude. It's incredible. It's super comfortable. The one thing I love about it too, you know, sometimes you wear hats all the time. They get those sweat stains. This hat doesn't get a sweat stain. It's got unbelievable comfort fitting. It fits perfectly with the snapback on the back. It's 5 times more durable, I think, than any other hat I've ever had. So, man, this hat's incredible. The Melon hat, man. You got to get a couple of these, brother.
Yeah, dude, I've heard about him. It's like the most premium, durable headwear in like the whole world. And, you know, people use them for tailgating, working out on a golf course. You're going golfing later today, heading out for date night with Sarah. You throw the Melon cap on, right? Am I right?
I wear it for everything, dude. The only thing I can't wear it to is premium restaurants where they're like, okay, you got to take your hat off. So other than that, I'm wearing my Melon hat pretty much everywhere. Dude, it's my new favorite hat. I've been wearing my Melon hat for the past few months straight, dude. No sweat stains, what I said, no smell. Looks the same as the day I took it out of the box. I get a ton of compliments on it every time I wear it. It's even better. They have different options for different weather. If it's warm out or it might be jumping in the pool, lake, or ocean, you need their Hydro Collection, bro. The Hydro Collection is next level, Chinch. You'd love that. But when it gets cold and you need to stay warm, don't worry, brother. Melon has you covered there as well. They have a full thermal collection with different levels of warmth to keep you on whatever you need for when the winter's coming up, brother. Big time. Nice. So if you're looking for hats as tough as you, my man, check out Melon. You won't wear anything else after you get one on for yourself. And I know I've been loving my Melon.
Yeah, listen to Sean Casey, folks. If you're looking for the world's most durable hat, look no further. Go to melon.com. That's MELIN.com and put it to the test yourself.
Yes. No,
all right, well,
awesome to see.
Let's go watch.
Also, too, we got a big fish tomorrow, brother.
Oh yeah,
we got a big fish coming on tomorrow. Talk about one of the greatest managers of all time, who is just getting back in the game. Terry Francona is going to join us inside the mayor's office tomorrow to talk about the Reds. I can't wait to ask him about the Reds. I can't wait to ask him about what he sees in the postseason. I can't wait to ask him about the Guardians, who he likes there. Tell us about Jose Ramirez. Is he underrated? All that stuff. And then I can't wait to ask him a couple questions maybe about Michael Jordan, dude. Tito managed Jordan in Double-A. Double-A, the only guy to ever manage Jordan, which a young Terry Francona, I would have loved to see him as a manager.
Wow, isn't that amazing? It's an amazing story. And it's so cool. He can talk about Cleveland, like you said. And, dude, one of the greatest Reds of all time, interviewing a new manager who snuck out from out of nowhere to take the job. And the place is going crazy. Cleveland, or I'm sorry, Cincinnati is excited right now.
Oh, they should be excited, dude. He's the real deal. And don't think Tito's not an idiot, dude. Tito looked at that lineup, that roster, and said, "These guys are ready to win now." Yeah. So it's gonna be
man. All right, and you're getting your second baseman back. We'll talk all about that tomorrow. All right, bro.
Okay, bro. Love you, Chinchy.
Go watch Sean on Ed Milet if you haven't yet.
Yeah, check out the Ed Milet podcast if you can. And everyone out there, appreciate you listening. It's Monday. Let's go dominate. I'm going to talk to Kent State baseball right now.
Let's go.
Let's go, brother. All right, Chinchy. See you, man. Love you.
See you.